Well, here we are midday already.
Here we are, buddy.
Look at that. It's actually 12:03.
Yeah.
But we were trying to connect to the boat, so it took a minute or three, and we've actually got them.
Yep.
So
sounds like they're on a boat. So
yeah, let's just pop them in and see what we see here.
All right.
We got some live action. They're reeling one in.
Oh, look at that.
We're going to try to get he's just snagged on his other pole. Never mind. No live action, boys.
Did you say snagged on his other pole?
It's a big one.
Oh. Can you tell what team number it is?
What? Yeah, the Mostelski team. They're towards the end of the line. I know that. I don't know what team number it was.
Oh, it's team 75, I'm guessing.
No, these are random.
Oh, okay. So Jeffrey, Matt, and Wayne.
Yep.
Okay. So we got to see them snag up or something like that. I guess
they just snagged.
You want to find out how many fish they got and how it's going out there?
They said they had two.
Yep. Okay.
Two keepers in the box. We've talked to these guys and a few others, and everybody has the same consensus that it's just they want the sun to come out. As you can see, it's dead calm out here. So they're hoping the wind would blow a little bit to give a little bit of chop. So it's not a good morning so far.
Okay. Well, at least it's
although we had I won't say the area, but we heard a report that there was a 28, a 26, and nice slots.
Ooh.
Okay. Well,
one team. So there's at least one team that's got something productive going on.
Okay. Well, I'd call that a good start.
Right.
And I'm guessing if anybody does happen to have a 30-incher. What was that, Nate?
I said, yeah, not bad for at least one team as far as we know.
Yeah, right. And I'm guessing if there's a 30-incher out there, nobody's telling me.
Right. Couple of the teams said that, that pre-fishing, their pre-fishing spots, they're there this morning, and it has just gone non-existent, full of bass.
Oh, honestly, that makes sense for as calm as it is.
Yeah, it is just calm.
Let's talk to Brendan a little bit about because he guides out there a lot. Let's turn around. Let's talk to him for a second about this stuff.
Okay, hold on. Snap that to your somewhere up here, just somewhere right here. All right, you got him.
All right, Brent. So you got out there quite a bit. You were telling me yesterday that these fish you think are starting to move.
I'd say they're sliding big time, more north to south. That's kind of the pattern here. As the water warms up, the smelt will start to slide south. So I'd say the vast majority of fish are from Mobridge to the south. So it should be a great area for everybody to catch fish. It's just conditions have not been great. We've had so many fronts come through, and it seems like these fish are really affected by these fronts that have been coming through. So yeah.
We've been talking about that in the pier area. This lake is about to explode if we could get 3-4 days of stable weather. Like it's going to open up, but it seems like we get a couple good days and then we go to a couple crappy days. And
yeah, that seems to be how it's been all year. It just seems like we can't get, a full week of consistent weather. We get 2 or 3 really nice days, and then it just gets crummy. We get northeast winds, little storm systems that move through, lots of wind. So yeah, that's what we've been dealing with all spring. And if we get some consistent nice weather, you guys are going to start to see a lot of fish down in the pier area. Gettysburg is already starting to see them a little bit. So yeah.
Greenberg comments, the wind is changing every day. The wind changes every day.
Yeah, it's been frustrating as a guide this year. Man alive, it's made us work. We actually had to earn our money this year so far.
We're expecting easterly winds today, I believe, right? East, southeast, something like that?
Yeah, but they're pretty much non-existent right now. I mean, it is flat calm out here right now, so that's not helping matters. I think if that sun would shine, these fish would pop like big time right now. It's just a matter of getting the sun to come out.
Which we're not going to see anytime soon.
I thought maybe
because, you know,
really didn't.
She's pretty clouded everywhere you look.
Well, there's 3 hours left.
3 hours left in the day. Grant, what do you think? What's your prediction for weight if you had to guess one?
Well, I'd say if you're going to be in the top 10, you got to be 25 plus. To win it, I mean, I would say it's going to take 31, 32 pounds to win it. That's
we're
that's
going to see a couple dirty 30s.
Couple big ones.
There's going to be somebody's got a big one. I guarantee you somebody's got 2 big ones already. It's just we haven't found the right boats yet. So, yep.
Well, perfect. We'll pop you guys out. You guys can see if you can run and find a couple more boats, and then we'll check back in with you.
Okay, we'll keep going. We'll let you know. We'll update you.
Fantastic. All right, fellas. Yeah, there we go. So everybody's been catching big fish every day out here, despite the weather, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because somebody is going to catch big fish today.
Oh, 100%. These fish up here, they are here. You know, when the MWC was here, there was more big fish. I mean, it was like who didn't have a big fish was easier to count.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
You know, some people are saying the bigs anymore until they get over 12, 13, 14 pounds, they're calling them bigs. 11 pounders, 10 pounders are
average now.
You know, I mean, when you talk to some of the guys that fish the Gov Cup, they don't even talk about 10 pounders being bigs anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, exactly. Well, you've got Tyson and Dwayne who are chucking back 29 and a half.
Yeah.
You know, taking a chance on it, and it paid off for them, you know.
Yeah, Tom was guiding up here last couple of weeks, and you know, the bait is I was out, finally got on the water last Saturday, and you know, back in the day, you go find a school of bait and you know, try to find the fish around the bait, and it was like you'd find a school of bait and you couldn't drive out of the bait.
Yeah, well, I was fishing north of the Whitlock area last weekend, and it was bait ball after bait ball. So there's plenty of feed out there. You know, there's plenty to forage on, right? So then that feed bite is almost non-existent, but the reaction bite is phenomenal. Yeah, you know, and I had mentioned to a couple of guys that pulling bouncers at high speeds might just get the thing done. Go with that bigger blade and 2 to 2.5 miles an hour. Maybe that's kind of the program that might work.
Kind of looks like the boys are boating the distance there.
Yeah, let's see what we've got.
We're stopped because there's a deer up there that in the trees he is trying. Yeah, she gone now. Did you get it? Oh, there's a deer that we seen, so we was just trying to take a picture of it. This is Travis Coffee here.
He won the Mobridge Ice Tournament this last year.
Mobridge Ice winner.
How are they doing out there, Nate? Let's find out how they're doing.
He looks tuned in. I didn't want to talk yet. How we doing, boys?
Yeah, probably they're scoping.
Slow, can't get them to go.
Oh, so now the reaction bite shut off. Ouch.
Tom cranks 2.5 to 3 miles an hour.
Speed them up.
Just little ones, he says. Just little ones.
All right. Well,
you know, I guess it doesn't surprise me with the wind laying down like it did. That wind is supposed to be 10 to 20, and I thought that'd be perfect for today.
It doesn't even look like it's 10 to 20.
I mean, it's not even 3 miles an hour out here.
Matter of fact, I think we're jealous you're out on the water right now because it's probably warmer out there than it is here. We're in the middle of June, basically, right? It's the 14th of June, and we've got the furnace running in the fishing crew. Yeah.
It's a little warm. I don't know how you're wearing so many layers, but we'll pop you out, Nate, again, and you guys can go and try to find another one. Hopefully you can find us a good one you can show us.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take them out. We'll go with it and see what they come up with. But there's a lot of river there. You know, it's just crazy.
There's more bait now than he's ever seen in years. 100%. I mean, it's crazy. We put those gizzard shad in and they're supposed to not winter well. Well, we haven't had a tough winter, so I think there's piles of gizzard shad still in the system from last year, and they only put 2,500 in a year.
That's the crazy thing. That's nothing in a system as large as
this. Yeah. So they're really working. They're really working well. And the smelter back. Back when I was a kid, we go to Casca and my dad would take crankbaits and dip in white house paint. Back before it was really a big thing. And so now before he custom painted crankbaits, we had white house paint on our crankbaits.
It's not like the walleye could tell, right?
No, and that's how we caught a lot of fish down in the Casca area when the smelt was big. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot of. These bait balls are a lot of smelt, gizzard shad. Like we've said before, the lake herring, if you listen to our podcast with the biologist, the lake herring is on the decline. Not because that they're dying off. They're just not, like, the smelt eat all their fry. And they don't get a reproduction. Don't get a hatch of them. So,
well, and frankly, the herring are just getting big.
The herring are getting big. But 2 years ago in the fisheries meeting, they actually told us, and it was the first time they said you'll ever hear a fishery biologist excited that the herring were stunting.
Oh, well.
So they're only getting so big, which is a good thing.
Yeah, because once they start getting, I don't know how big they actually get or can get in a wahi, but I know that aren't they 17 to 19 inches? A lot of them that guys are catching, if you're unlucky enough to catch one or two of them. But I think, was it 3 years ago that we had bait ball after bait ball after bait ball? I think it was 3 years ago. And then they just went away once we got into that warmer weather and things certainly started to change. But the fishing has been different on Oahe the last couple of years. And we've just had crazy, wacky, weird weather. And there isn't anything, I don't think is there anything such as stable anymore?
No, I don't think so. I just don't see right this year. Definitely not stable. We were talking to Brent on the podcast last Wednesday night, and he was talking how Chicagoia he thinks it's 2 weeks behind.
Yeah, which is, you think about the fact that it's June 14th, right?
Yeah.
That's super late. But then last year, weren't we dealing with colder weather too? And we were about a week and a half.
I hear that every year. We're a week behind. Or 2 weeks behind. I'm like, well, from what year?
Yeah, right. That's about the only thing that's stable.
Yeah,
or normal is that nothing is stable and normal, I guess. So look at here. We've got another one from Tom. Yeah, the golden eyes this year. I've
looks
seen
like Nate's pulling up on another boat too.
Yeah, let's check in with the boys here. Nate.
Now we got some live action. They had the net ready. Oh, now we got some live action. Hey, hold that baby up real quick. Hey, there's some live action for you.
A lot of fun to be able to send guys out in the boat with a camera and cover this stuff.
Good fish? Okay.
Says decent unders, nothing big. But they're catching them. They're catching them.
So the unique thing about Denny Palmer tournament is they can have up to 3 guys on their team. They're only allowed to have 2 overs in their boat at a time, but they can have a limit for everybody in the boat. So only 2 overs allowed. And, that's something new for this year. Before they had a 3-man team, they have 3 overs. Well, we took that out and said only 2 overs. And that way it's a little more fair, but you can still have your limit of unders for every guy in the boat. So they can run 6 lines if they have 3 people on the boat. Right. So little different than like the Gov Cup or the Cedar Shores. But I kind of like this because you see a lot of kids, you see a lot of wives, you see a lot of families out here doing this. It's a pretty neat deal.
Well, it makes it more of a family-oriented tournament.
There's definitely lots of boats moving around today. So down and back, and they're on the move today. So they're definitely searching out here. Oh, you guys might be a little too far, but
okay. Tom Seberg talking about the perch doing well on Oahe this year.
They're reeling slow, so this could be a good one because he's reeling real slow.
Well, let's go to full screen on Nate to see if we can see a little better. We'll pop up.
Yeah, they're not a tournament boat, but they're reeling in a fish. according to our graphic. Our marks on there.
So we
These
deal with.
boys are in the right areas.
They must be in a little rough area. We're kind of cutting in and out on them, but
Oh, the boat we just talked to back here, they got the net out again. They got another one.
good.
So this
It's good.
area is definitely predicted.
Well, it's lunchtime, so maybe the walleye are hungry now.
That is, guys. It's circle of death. Might have lost cover.
We're gonna pop you out for a little bit, Nate. Find some more boats.
I
You can
don't
get a
know
little bit.
out here.
All right. So it's nice to see that people are catching fish, whether it's a ton of slot fish or, and here again, I just think, the walleye world's secretive enough. They might tell that they've got a 26 or 28, but those big ones, nobody is going to share with us that there's a 32 in the box.
They
I
might.
just don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. By the way, Tom Seberg's headed to a ball game and said good luck to all the guys out there. So, Tom, good luck to you guys. And I'm guessing it's Jake's game that you're going to. So thanks for watching here today. Live from Mobridge, by the way.
Yeah. What's your new slogan?
Mo
walleye.
Mo walleye, Mo bigger walleye.
Bringing
Here in
that one up.
Mobridge.
We're here in Mobridge. So
Yeah.
had a great little breakfast this morning.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bought a taffy out of that pie cabinet.
Well, I was a little excited there because I thought maybe they made gluten-free pies and cakes, but they definitely do a delicious pie and cake. But the pie I saw, coconut cream, banana cream, chocolate cream. So see, right out the top of the list, 3 of my favorites. I'm not much of a fruit pie guy, but boy, do I like the cream pies. Boston cream actually isn't such a bad thing. Sweet potato pie, I don't mind that. A pecan pie, I don't mind that. Peanut butter and bologna pie. All right, hold on. Hold on.
There
I know that I was thinking about that, but I'm like, you know what? I think in the back of my Kurt's mind, he's like, he's going to bring up peanut butter.
Oh,
and
I knew
bologna,
it. I knew it.
Yeah.
But no, so great little community.
Yeah, it is.
They do a wonderful job supporting the outdoors and especially the fishing scene up here. I mean, they've had the Elite Series, they've had the NTC, the NWT, the MWC,
and it's all coming back too.
The ice tournament, the ice tournament up here, and now we're a part of the Denny Palmer. We cannot thank this committee enough for entrusting in us such. Like I said last night, I looked up to these guys for a lot of years and what they do with that ice tournament and all their events up here, and the whole Mobridge Tourism Committee does a great job and.
They do it well. They do it very well. And when you look at the commitment to the community with the walleye statue, the tiger statue, the murals, and I mean, that just shows a ton of pride, right?
Yeah.
Because communities like this don't need to do that stuff.
No,
they just don't. All these communities need to have is a Dollar General, right?
3,500 people here most times
Right.
do, but they have a ton of good 2 grocery stores. Great chiropractor.
Grocery stores. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I had
right.
to go to the chiropractor yesterday.
Give them a free plug.
Keller Chiropractic, man. They forewarned me. He's rough, but it was great. So
He fixed you.
Oh yeah,
Because you were complaining, and
I
then
was
all of
not
a sudden
in a good
you
way
weren't.
yesterday when we got up here. But yeah, I mean, what a great little community. And the fishing up here is tremendous year round. I was talking to Brent today after breakfast or at breakfast and said, do you guys stay pretty busy? And he said, summer they're packed. Not a lot of people come stay for ice fishing other than the ice tournament season. You're missing out if you're not up here during the ice season. Oh,
I'm going to come up here and fish more.
well, you can. Yeah,
I met some nice friends now. I got invited to come and fish up here. Don't be telling everybody in the upper Midwest
there's plenty of opportunity in the Mobridge area to come ice fishing.
You got 9,000 people watching the show here right now, and you got to go tell each and every one of them to come to Mobridge and fish.
Hey, that's what we're doing here.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Community.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, come to Mobridge.
Come to Mobridge. They've got Mo Walleye and Mo Bigger Walleye, and they got Mo Bridges too. There's 2 of them here. How many communities have 2 bridges beyond Valley City, North Dakota that I can
you got the spur line. Well, you got considering the train bridge, you got 3, but
right.
Bridges. You got the spur line bridge going north up to Wakpala, and then you got the 212, the old trestle bridge, which is super cool to go across. And
fantastic. And wait a minute, big deep breath. Smell that money?
Oh yeah.
You smell that money?
Oh yeah.
We got a little bit of an east breeze. We've been smelling money all day from the Mobridge livestock. So, I had to go check it out. I'm going over this first time that I've checked out the Mobridge livestock over there, and I didn't see any horses. I wanted to go talk to the horses.
Yeah, you like doing that.
And I'm not very good at talking to cows. My moo is not as good as my whinny or my nicker, but I was going to go over there and sing the auctioneer song to them. And they all just kind of, they look at you like, who you, and I'm like, $25 bidded, now $30, 30. Would you make it 30 bidded on a $30, $30? I was just going to kind of serenade them a tad, but then I thought maybe I'd scare them for sale day. They don't know where they're going, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Outcome there is, it's about this big around. Most of the time it's white. It's a little concave, and you get a fork and a knife on each side of it. So there's that destination. That's a spooky destination right there. You think about it. But
so yeah, a lot of things going on Mobridge. If you haven't checked it out, check out Mobridge Chamber. If you're on the Mobridge Chamber outdoors page, following us right now. If you're not, go over there and give them a like. Watch all the things they got going on. But it's been fun. We better get back to getting some stuff set up here. We have to have scales ready at 2:30.
Yeah.
I got a few things left to do out there,
and I see we lost our live
water
boat,
coverage, so we can ramble.
We could
ramble for an hour, but we'll let's take them out with let's give them a little preview of the community for them that have not been here.
I think it's a great idea.